Hi, Earth Signs. Welcome to January 2021. So we're going to jump right into your reading, and we're going to do the standard binary star tarot layout with the yin line, yang line, and blended energies line. Here's an example of what it looks like, and we'll jump right into it. I'll be back for a recap after the reading. Okay, Earth Signs, let's get right into this. I'm excited. Saturn is a big player these days. Up in the skies, in the heavens. And I would like to see where are we going? Oh, you know what? One thing to do first. We get this last shuffle handled. Great. And let's go here for a sec. The inquiry deck. Inquiry. A deck full of questions that we can use to focus our magic. One more. And a cut. And let's go for this one. Right here. What do I want to create? Told you I was excited. That is awesome. What do I want to create? Let's keep that out. Keep my brain looking in the right direction. Okay. Let's start with the yin line. That's what these cards are for. And the magician. What do I want to create, right? Well, what does the magician want to create? A situation and some movement towards birth, which is a high level of creativity, right? So yin, this is the yin line. Yin. It's amazing how similar these two cards are in that the magician is the walking embodiment of creativity in the guise of magic. But the magician's magic is something to behold because it's the kind of thing that transcends the earthly realm. Has to. He's early in the major arcana. And so he's just like arrived, newborn from the cosmos to Earth. The first thing Earth does is say, dude, you got everything you need. Right. Well, let's go over to here. It's a nice little quality here, Earth Signs, with the yin. There's a feminine aspect to this number, the 5 of Cups. And the creation part, right? What do you want to create? Well, love, emotions can take many forms. So we're good where we are. We got it. We got a hand we can hold on to. We don't need any cards. Here we got right in the center that embryo of something to come. Note that the corners here are completely and fully balanced. So yin, it's looking to me like there's something in your world that wants some attention, wants some creativity applied to it. And what do we got in the center? Just to complete the story, what we got in the center is the choice. The choice of going on the journey. Are you going to do it? Are you going to take divinely inspired magic and bring it to Earth? This cup straddles the center line, which is the dividing line between the heavenly and the earthly. Spirits in a material world, right? That's what we are. So the challenge here, the call or the question for you to answer for yourself is, do you want to take the journey? Do you want to go on the adventure that brings you from here to here? The bridge, the determination of your intention is, in fact, the bridge. And I mean, I got a floating concept that came through that it had something to do with home. Home, like perhaps you are thinking about moving. You have just moved. And actually, a house is not a home until love is there. Until that family component, that place that makes people want to gather at your place, is present and accounted for. You can bring it. Choose. Choose, and then whatever you choose, stay with that. Yang, what do you got to say in the meantime? Let's try that. Yeah, like I was saying in the intro here, all that big energy at the end of December and the turning of the new year, the clock at midnight into the new year. How about it creating an environment, if you want to talk about what you want to create, how about creating an environment that lends itself towards remembering your intentions and your resolutions? How cool would that be? That's for yin. This is for yang. Wow. Fire. Both yin and yang are starting off with, they're starting off with divine inspiration, something that's coming from your higher self to deliver the message. The yang wants to be the leader, to lead the charge through the adversity, the implied adversity, which is all an illusion, of course, of too much thinking about it, Not, this is doing. This is the embodiment of doing, bringing the action based upon everything that's inside the emperor. So he turns around. His inspiration, by the way, he's looking out here, right? His inspiration is coming from beyond. He's receiving it from the universe, his power, right? He's receiving his power from the universe too. He's looking over there. They are looking for that input from the divine into their higher mind, which is their place, like the sixth chakra, the seat of your inner knowing. And that's where they're looking, to their inner knowing, to find out how to play this out. Well, he gets to look at the task before he makes the choice. The implication here is he is aware of the task before making the choice, but hasn't seen it. Hasn't seen the task. Keeping it within. The invisible, the internal, the receptive, divine feminine, divine masculine, marching forward through this smoke and mirrors moment to make the choice. We'll talk about in the extended about the potential for these two to be unified. These are certainly unified and very powerful. What about these? We'll talk about that. In the meantime, however, we're going to go for the blended energies line. See what the blending of the yin and the yang wants to say. And one more little shuffle here. Cut that. Now, let me reach into 22. So these are the major arcana. And here are 22, the number of the major arcana, angel cards with numbers that I'm going to pull out 4. 1 wants to be in the first position. 7 wants to be second. 6 wants to be third. And wow, this wants to come out 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That was easy. The situation. The blended energies are seeing the big picture. So when they speak umbrella, they speak overlays, big picture. The situation. Wow. How could this not be about a team, a couple, with the Lover's card? The obstacle. the asset the outcome. Okay, it's a pretty simple equation here. Here it is in a nutshell. It's like kind of like 1 + 1 = 2. Do the work, reap the rewards. I mean, to get any more complex than that is to sell it short. Do the work, reap the rewards, right? Okay. On the page of, for you couples out there who are yin and yang, this is about your team. This is about your union, your third person, your not me, not you, but us, right? That's what this is about. If you're a solo player, then this is about the stepping up into your own power by discernment. You've got to discern. You've got to draw distinctions about your world. But then from that, you make the choice. And that choice forms you. It partially crystallizes you into the crystalline structure that is in your soul. Whatever soul means to you. So, couple or single, it applies to both. It's about an evolutionary move. Where are you going? What are you going to encounter on the way? An obstacle of going through a transition. And for couples, even though you have wands and wands, fire and fire, your eyes may not be on the same prize. If you are a solo player, there's some inner conflict within you that is going to have to be dealt with. But an obstacle is just an obstacle. It's not an insurmountable wall. It's just an obstacle. Certainly it has to be dealt with, but it's not implying that it is forever. And if you want to get creative, then get creative with how you're going to get through that. Your asset is certainly a powerful figure. What's interesting here is about these two characters, this is almost too poetic to describe. Here's a strength and here's your outcome, right? Well, gander at this for a moment. If you take the Hanged Man and you turn him right or upside down, which turns him right side up, you see that the legs are in the same configuration as the world. These two cards are depicting the spirit doing the same dance. The same dance. So in fact, what's being said here to me, with this being your strength, is you know that you are headed here. You know that about this. In other words, maybe when you first got up there, first hung upside down, you didn't realize it. But by doing that and hanging upside down and getting to where you've gotten, now you know. So this speaks for itself. This is speaking to you to give one final encouragement and one final boost into taking it home. So the story, remember the simplistic story? Do the work and reap the rewards. The only work that it seems here is to figure this out. Or, if you already know that you've just experienced a tower moment, a point of transition in your life, then find out how to go around or through or over that obstacle to get here. If you don't know that you're in a tower moment, that's the obstacle. In a nutshell, you have to figure it out. You have to be aware of what the playing field is all about. Then you have a game plan when you know your playing field. So I'm going to boogie back over to the recap. That's the reading for here. See you over there. Okay, so there you have it. Recap time. Yin, you got the magician. Yes. And so he's going to be your pal. Walk with you, be your partner, be your guide through your line here. And so the first place he's going to stop with you is your choice. A choice to go with the adventure. So January is a good time to have it in focus that some adventure wants to be taken this year, 2021. And after 2020, we certainly know that the sky's the limit in terms of what can happen. Why don't we get in there and make ourselves part of what will happen? So, magician's not bad. The line, though, is that you're sitting there with the power and the wherewithal, divinely inspired, and actually that is one of your clues, is to check in with your inner knowing so that you can follow that guiding principle, guiding light, and make the choice. Or not. It's certainly yours. So if you make it, know that what's waiting is something exciting. It just occurred to me that, we were talking about the Five of Cups and looking at that cup in the center, maybe, as an embodiment of new life, something that wants to be born new. And it just occurred to me that maybe there's a new baby in the hopper, or planned for you by the powers that be this year. That could be good. Right? Okay, but that's your line. So the theme of this whole reading was do the work, reap the rewards. A simple bottom line. Yang, you got leadership going. So Yin's got the magician wherewithal, ultimate ability to reach into the bag of tricks and pull out whatever is needed in the moment. The Yang has the leadership role. That's your role. And right away, you're going to be asked to lead through a land of smoke and mirrors, a land of illusion with the 8 of swords. And that will lead you personally to your own choice of taking an adventure. And collectively, perhaps you and your partner lead you directly to a balanced coming together between the Yin's 2 of Wands and the Yang's 2 of Wands. Overall, back to square one with the idea of do the work, reap the rewards. With the lovers as a situation, so this has got a lot of in it about matters of the heart. They're all over the place, and in order to get there, however, the obstacle that needs to be transformed, transmuted, transcended is the tower moment. Either a tower moment that you know that it's a tower moment, and so getting through it, or it's a tower moment that you don't perceive as being that right away. So the first thing to figure out is, oh, we just had a tower moment. Then you've got the elegant final team of the Hanged Man and the world. Go through the Hanged Man drill and process in order to perceive that that's what's in store for you. Because when you do the work, you reap the rewards. And let's not forget that something's saying to you that your creative juices want to come into play here. And I'll leave it with this final look at, here's your two of Wands, inspiration, intuition, right? Serendipity, balance, connection, very, very cool and very, very strong. You guys got it. It's great. Happy New Year. And thanks for joining me. See you next time. Ciao.